Hello, I'm Maria Levy, and I'm very thrilled, excited to speak in this Tacit Knowledge Management Divorce Forum, the first meeting that is held here, this first summit. So before I start, I want to thank KiSure, Sylvia, and Sunshine, and all the others that made this really turn to be reality, made this thing happen. Thank you. I'm going to speak today about securing organization continuity and its success, capturing the tacit knowledge. My name is Maria Levy. I come from Israel. I'm the CEO of Home Global, a company of 30 plus employees working on knowledge management and specifically on tacit knowledge management on a daily basis for 25 years already. I'm the chair of the Israeli Came Forum. I'm the chair of the ISO Standard Committee 3041, and I was the 2022 chair of KMGN. So people on board and off board organizations every day, and not only today and not only yesterday, but for years and decades. So what's new? Why do we have here a challenge of tacit knowledge? What changed in this equation? What happened? Why do they need us? So I want to explain. Too many times the bottom line is that the most valuable knowledge, the tacit knowledge, exits the door when the experts leave. This wasn't the situation 20 or 30 years ago, because for many years, the processes were those that led the work. But nowadays, when technology is so advanced, the people are more and more knowledgeable. And when they come to work, they come not only with the computer systems, with the laptops, but they come with the base of knowledge. And what turns one expert to know more and to perform better is the knowledge that they bring in when they enter the door. And this is the knowledge that too many times exits the organization when the experts leave. Now, this isn't trivial because we know that knowledge can be here and there at the same time. So it's okay that it goes out if it would also stay in. So the question is, what can we do? What can we do when the years fly by and from year to year, the significance of the tacit knowledge gets greater and greater? As Dr. Alex Bennett, who will be speaking later, taught us, if once the majority, the most significant part would be the explicit knowledge, and the tacit knowledge, the shallow one and the deep one, would be only 10-15% each. Today, the significant knowledge of any employee, and specifically the experts, is the majority of the knowledge that they hold. So what can we do? I came here today not to speak about problems, to speak about solutions. And therefore, I want to introduce our solution, which we call KiSure. But first of all, let me explain why organizations find it difficult to capture the tacit knowledge. There are three reasons, or three main reasons, may I say. First of all, many managers and many employees are too busy with the here and now. They're all the time reacting, and they are working on things that are tangible. Tacit knowledge is fluid. It's in the air. So, and if you look at the experts, so until the day they leave, they're all the time busy in doing things. So they don't invest enough time in capturing this knowledge. That is one reason. We find also in organizations that the problem may be in using traditional offboarding techniques. Now, the problem is that traditional offboarding techniques were designed for the days where there was explicit knowledge that was the significant knowledge. And that was good for them. And for days where the knowledge was like that, not like that. So traditional offboarding techniques are nice, but not effective. No more. And some other really want and really invest the time into it. And they bring in new employees or existing employees into the new roles. But these are overwhelmed with endless information, and just being patient and putting the time into it is not enough. So as I said, I want to introduce a solution that we use in Rome, but anyone can learn it, can apply it, can do it by himself, and of course, knowledge managers can all use it. It's a solution that prioritizes the most valuable knowledge for the organization for tomorrow, not for yesterday. And of course, that addresses the tacit layers and not only the explicit ones. So let me introduce, please, KiSure. KiSure is, first of all, it's research-based. But for us who are business people, it's nice to know that it's research-based, but it's more important to know that it's field-proven. And when I'm speaking about KiSure, because we need a key to be sure that our organization is protected, I'm speaking about a systematic methodology. I'm speaking about tools, about best practices that altogether enable capturing the experts' explicit and tacit knowledge, turning them to be organization knowledge. When the main emphasis is on the tacit knowledge. Too many times, in too many cases, too many knowledge managers started with explicit knowledge, knowing about this glory tacit knowledge, but not actually reaching it. So you need a systematic methodology that will help you get to the tacit knowledge. A, get to it, B, capture it, and C, turn it into be in organization knowledge. So how do we do it? What does this methodology include? It includes 3 pillars. The first has to do with prioritization. We have to determine which are the most important, the most crucial topics from the perspective of the organization, from its needs as it sees it tomorrow. We're not asking the expert, what do you know? What do you know? And starting to list them one by one. We're asking the organization, where does this expert have unique knowledge? A. B. That is not documented. And C. That is important for our tomorrow. And I can share with you examples of organizations that said, yes, we have here unique knowledge. But when we asked, yes, and when will this knowledge be reused? The answer was, okay, maybe in 10 years, but maybe then the technology will be different and it won't be important. So asking what is the topic and what is the most important topic is very important. It's important to prioritize, because if we don't prioritize, we'll go to the easy, explicit knowledge. So we prioritize in order to have a chance of addressing the more important knowledge of the organization. That's not enough. The second level, the second stage, has to do with capturing the knowledge, with documenting it. Again, using templates, using techniques that enable us to get to the tacit hidden knowledge. For example, asking us to extreme conditions and extreme cases. If you think about a Gaussian graph, for example, you say, yes, 80-20 is in the middle. Yes, but the middle is not that interesting because that is knowledge that is already based on computer software systems, and that is on the walls and on the procedures and written in the procedures of work. We are looking for the extreme curves. We are looking for the hidden knowledge. We are aiming for that to be captured. We're asking the questions that are not only the spill your knowledge, but let's find the knowledge How did you solve the specific problems that were unsolved by anyone else? The third stage and the third pillar would be the delivery, because one of the most important things is not only that the knowledge is prioritized and is captured, but it is used. And if we don't find a smart way how to deliver it, it will be buried in a document, in a library, in some file system. And the organization the day after would say, yay, I know everything because it's out there, but they won't really use it. And if they won't really use it, they will forget it's there. So we have to provide easy to access content services that will help and enable the decision makers of tomorrow to use the knowledge. Because if we don't do it, what we thought that we turned to be explicit turns back to be tacit, only known by some computer, some file system, and no one really can access it or use it. And practically, it turns back from being explicit back to tacit. But working with methodology is not only enough. We want to add to it tools that turn the methodology into even being better, being easier used. We are speaking about using templates. Look at the typical roles and what would be the templates of specific tasks. And if you do it again and again and again, for example, if you are a knowledge retention facilitator as a knowledge manager, you will have the templates that will ease the entrance into this journey. If you use database samples, you start from a higher level. And if you look at this picture, we also use an application for all of our business partners that enables them to share best practices among of a network of global knowledge retention facilitators. So also let's stop for a minute. I want to explain this idea. We spoke about experts, an engineering expert, a banking expert, maybe an HR expert, but also those people who have to retain the knowledge. The knowledge retention facilitators, they are a type of expert themselves, and they also have best practices how to listen better, how to understand that there's hidden knowledge here, how to capture it, how to handle an expert that doesn't want to share. And they also have to know how to share their knowledge. And that's what we have here. We have an application that enables sharing best practices among a network of global knowledge retention facilitators. And this is only one example that is shared in the application among dozens of examples of challenges and how to handle them in best practice, what to do when and what to do first, and what sometimes will be a good solution if these are the conditions, etc. So KiSure is a knowledge retention system, methodology, best practices, tools. I said that it's field proven. What do I mean when I'm saying that it's field proven? I mean that I have over 20 years of experience using this system. We ran it on over 300 KiSure-based retention projects in spanning on so many different sectors, starting from agriculture to public services to social affairs to banking, high-tech, engineering, whatever. So many different roles in so many different sectors and organizations. But what is most important, that in each organization, it should be not only an effective process, but an efficient one. Short duration, 3 months. Low priced, something that is less than months of work of the employee. Something that the organization, it's beneficial for it. And if we're speaking about the efficiency, we have to also speak about the effectiveness. Because the idea behind good knowledge retention that addresses tacit and hidden knowledge is to minimize the business performance loss, to protect the organization and its business continuity, to protect and enable the utilization of the business performance as it was before the expert left, and in the same time to maximize the new opportunities for growth. Because when someone comes in, it's not only a risk, it's also opportunity for fresh eyes. But if these fresh eyes come into a gap, it's a bad idea. If they come on a base, on a layer of good knowledge, of expertise that was shared with the previous person that left, we have really here new opportunities for growth. So I think that KiSure is one more way to provide a key for securing the organization continuity and success while people are leaving by smartly capturing the tacit knowledge. I invite you all to go into our website and to read more materials or to watch the video here on this attachment. And I want to thank you all and hope to really physically see you next time in Davos, in Switzerland in 2024.